Hello! An announcement from Sky as we just come in. That is class. Welcome back to Cooking the Haydens. I'm Carboot Chris, and this is our lunchtime live. I've done 2 this week because I've not really had time to do a midweek pre-record, but there is a new video out tomorrow, so keep your eye out for that. So I thought, let's go live again, have another lunchtime chat, because it went quite well on Wednesday. When I look back at the stats on Wednesday's live show, we had just over 90 people in at the peak. That's the most we've ever had on a lunchtime live. So thank you all for joining us. That's really appreciated. That's cracking, that. That's absolutely belting. Over 90 people on a lunchtime live. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that today. But welcome, everyone. I'm a full-time reseller, just in case you didn't know. So if you're new to the channel, please say hello in the chat. If you've got any questions about anything, if I can't answer it, the people in the chat definitely will. So you feel free to put anything in the chat, as long as it's within reason and not rude. Let's see who we've got in. I'm sure Shabba said that he was first in, but his comment's gone, so maybe it was ages ago. But if Shabba was in first, hi to Shabba. And then hi, Kathy. We've got Mike and Francis there. Welcome. Chris Tyler, the Monkey Thrifter. AMPR. Rosie. Sam, hi. There's Shabba again. It's Friday. Yay! Laura's in as well. Chris, welcome to you. Afternoon, all of the chat. Yes, I know, it's mental, wasn't it? Just right as it came on, it went ding, 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 ding. So annoying, them announcements. Hi, Ali, welcome. Space Invader. Thought I'd pop in for half an hour before doing post run. Well, that's good of you. Thanks for joining us. Oliver Ian. Shout out actually to little Steve. He sent me these. Quantum Leap VHS. Thank you, little Steve. Really appreciate it. Genuinely. I haven't got these free. I've got these free that I picked up. Remember at that boot sale a while back? Probably last year now. I can't remember. I picked up these free, but I kept them. My little nostalgia office. And then little Steve sent me a picture in a charity shop that he'd spotted these and those actually, but I told him that I already had those ones. So he bought these for me and sent them to me. So thank you. That's very kind of you. Big shout out to little Steve. Fix it for reselling. Welcome to you. You know what? StreamYard have started jumping chat again, and it stopped doing that. I think they'd fixed it, but I'm going to have to get onto them because it is so annoying, and I miss comments by it as well. Hi, Mick Page. Good afternoon to you as well. Chris said, had a laugh in the post office this morning. Address to twat in Orkney. She looked at me and that's funny, isn't it? You didn't even need to say anything. It's just like, Did I say monkey thrifter? Hi, Peter. Left-handed? Oh, no worries, pal. Yeah, thank you, though. I appreciate you sending me stuff like that, especially, you know, when I'm collecting things, if you spot something for me. Hi, Richard. I had to Google it, thought it was a wind-up. Good karma for little Steve, yes. Still waiting. Anyway, today I thought we'd talk about scams a little bit because I've been scammed in the past, and I think there's a hell of a lot of people out there that have actually been scammed on the internet in some way or form. And that's a real sad state of affairs, isn't it? That we've all, well, I bet most of us have been scammed. So put your experiences in the chat. Let's have a talk about it, a bit of therapy. Let's relive our experiences. I'll tell you about mine in a minute. I've been scammed more than once. It's so easy to get done. It really is. The first time I think I probably got scammed online was way back when the internet was not young, but fairly young. I reckon it was early 2000s, maybe 2001 or something like that. When like online shopping was really sort of starting to take off. And I purchased, or I thought I purchased, a Nokia mobile phone on eBay. I can't remember how it happened, but basically I paid for it and it never got delivered. And eBay didn't back me up. eBay didn't have my back like they would now if that happened, because it wasn't as sophisticated back then. But it never came. It was coming from Europe somewhere, so that should have been a warning sign. But yeah, I paid. It never came. I lost at the time about 200 quid or something. I don't know how much it was now, but it was quite a lot of money for back then, and it was a lot of money for me. So that was the first time I think I got scammed online. And I'll talk about some other scams, but you let me know if you've been scammed online, because I reckon there's a lot of people that have. Tell us what the situation was and how it happened, you know. Tea Cakes, good afternoon to you. Where's my chat gone? Yeah, I'm talking about online scams, Peter. No, not the boot sale, but yeah, fair dues. It happens all the time. Happens at every single time almost that I buy stuff at the boot sale, but that's the chance you take. It's sold as seen. There's no returns. Well, some people say you can return it, but really there's no returns, and you accept that when you pay for something for £1, you accept that there's a chance it's not going to work. AMPR scams as a buyer. One good story, one bad. 8 years ago, paid £180 for a top of the range electric razor on eBay. Nothing arrived, complained to eBay, got a full refund. Well, at least it was in the days when eBay had your back, because in the early days, it was definitely not as sophisticated. It didn't have all this tracking and as much buyer protection and stuff. It does make you appreciate how good it is now and how much safer eBay and, well, shopping online is still as bad as it ever is, because there's still lots of scams to be done. But eBay is a much safer place than what it used to be. Yeah, we've all been scammed with that one. Kathy's just got a parcel. I get scammed every time I go in CX. And I only go in to have a look. Where's Bungle? Oh, can't you see him? He's here. Sorry, he's just off camera there. Bungle. Here he is. Well, it seems like you lot haven't been scammed. It's just me. So that's fine. That's the end of that conversation, isn't it? Kathy's had something from Little Steve as well. Little Steve's been sending out stuff left, right, and centre. I thought I was special. Clearly not. Bad story. AMPR. 4 years ago, bought a parajumper's coat on a clothing platform. Nothing arrived. Complained to the platform. They said it was nothing to do with them. Lost 200 quid. Wow. Well, I wonder what platform was it? Are you willing to tell us? Because that's really bad, isn't it? That's really bad that they just wash their hands of it. Yeah, Shabba, I've been done with this Western Union thing before. That is, anytime anyone sort of tells you they're gonna to pay with Western Union. I think that was how I did it with the phone actually. Back in early 2000s. I'm pretty sure that was a Western Union job. I remember yeah, it was. I went in and I remember doing all the paperwork for it, sent the money off. That was it. Boom, gone. Similar thing, Shabba. Yeah, I paid via Western Union, scammer in China, 180 quid for a PS3, thinking it was all legit. Never arrived. It's one of them, innit? It happens, unfortunately. Steve-O back home after supporting Rolling Stones. Mental day. I heard that. I thought of you, Steve-O. Was it yesterday or the day before? I thought about you because I heard on the radio they were playing. Was it Liverpool? I think it was Liverpool. And I remember them mentioning that Echo and the Bunnymen were supporting. And straight away, obviously, I'm thinking Steve-O is going to be up there. That's going to be mental. So that's cool. Back reselling. What? It's a bit of a come down, isn't it? It's like 1 minute you rock and roll, next minute you're selling shit. Bring you back down to earth, Steve-O. I am. Oh, thank you, Kathy. That is very kind. I hope that's meant in, I'm genuinely a special person, not I'm a bit special. TK said daughter sent off for a free tooth whitener, then small amounts kept going from bank account. Wow. Cheeky buggers. You know what I'm always really wary of? You know when you're on Facebook and you're scrolling your timeline or whatever it is, right? And these adverts come up for stuff. And you go on the website and pretty much the website is like brand new. It's like created this same year. And it's for some ridiculous price. And you just think that's got to be a scam, hasn't it? They're gonna take as many people as they can and then not ship anything out. I think most of the Facebook ads are scams. Yes, petrol station, yes. Yeah. Hi, Kevin. Did you, on the subject of petrol, did you see that little short I put out from the film The Festival? I was thinking about the other day, right? Because I went to the petrol station. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. All the days just roll into one. Went to the petrol station. It cost me 73 quid to fill up. And at the end of it, I was filling up and I was doing the tappy thing. And it kept dripping, so I kept tapping. You know, the nozzle kept tapping it on the thing and it kept dripping out. So I kept going until it stopped. And I put it back. And immediately I thought back to the film The Festival, where his dad, one of the kids' dads, is doing that on the petrol pump. And I just thought back to that. I thought, you know what? I'm going to put that out. And I put it on Instagram. I put it on YouTube. I just thought it was dead funny because that's what I do now. Yeah, I remember the paperwork, Shabba. It was a real big form, wasn't it? You had to fill in for Western Union. Hi, Emsden. Don't worry about it. You are forgiven. Anyone else been scammed online in any way? Because I'm starting to think I'm just a fucking idiot. At least make me feel a bit better. £5 for a burger at local booty. Never been back. I wouldn't pay £5. I've been scammed again. As you all know, I got scammed with those boxes on Facebook Marketplace. Remember those? I put 3 videos out about that. And you know what? I got my money back from that, by the way. The bank recovered my money, thankfully, and paid me back, which was great. But ever since then, those 3 videos about the scam on Facebook, they continue to get views all the time. And people message me constantly about those because people are getting scammed all the time on Facebook. And you know what Facebook do about it? Absolutely bollocks all. They do nothing. It's absolutely shocking how they regulate nothing on there. So you guys, I always tell people, be very, very careful now on Facebook because there are scams all over the place. People trying to scam you left, right, and centre. Facebook do nothing about it. The police and action fraud won't do anything because the value is low per individual, which is understandable. It's not in their interest. They don't have the time to deal with relatively small value frauds. They just can't deal with it. But it's like the Wild West on Facebook at the moment. It's just scams all over the place. Even on Instagram as well. I mean, Instagram is Facebook, isn't it? It's the same company. But on Instagram, you're starting to see lots of adverts. And when you have a look at them, it's like, this is a scam. This is bullshit. Yeah, I thought it was in Liverpool. Yeah. I love reselling. It's rock and roll in its own way. That's good. I love that. You can go from one extreme to the other. At least, I guess, after you've had the craziness of doing gigs and stuff, you can just have some like it's almost like a bit of downtime, isn't it? Maybe when you're doing your reselling, it's like let's just chill, get some stuff listed, and get ready for the next gig. That's cool. It sounds like you've got a really good balance. Yeah, it does. Sounds cool. There's a Facebook pic going about a guy in a mask in 2021, then one with a mask over his eyes in 2022 with the cost. I don't understand that, Chris. Not sure. I'm not sure what you mean with that one. If you want to elaborate a little bit. What's the crack? Oh, we're talking about scams, but it seems that there's only me and like 2 other people who have ever been scammed online. Richard's off. Bye, guys. I'm off for the hunt for stock. Been watching Chris. Oh, that's cool. Been on the bus. Yeah, definitely getting scammed at the petrol station. It's an absolute swizz, the petrol. We are getting done by these companies. We are getting absolutely ripped off. I don't believe it's barely got anything to do with the current world situation. I think it's all being used as an excuse to completely rip us off. You remember like when the war broke out and we started sanctioning Russia and then, you know, all that stuff, and kind of overnight prices shot up, didn't they? But the companies must have already purchased tons, gallons, millions of gallons of petrol must have been around the country in depots, in the ground, in the petrol stations, in the tankers. Millions of it was already purchased at the lower price, right? So how does a price just go up instantly like that at the pumps? Because effectively you're buying the petrol or the diesel that petrol was purchased way before there was any issues in the Ukraine or Russia or sanctions and whatnot. So they, as soon as they put those prices up, they were making massive profits on already purchased stock. What should have happened is, if that is legit, in my eyes, maybe you guys can put me right, but in my mind, what should have happened is it should have taken weeks before we started seeing price rises, because it would take that amount of time to clear through the old stock that they purchased at a lower price. So we're just getting absolutely ripped off, aren't we? I'm sick of it, really, to be honest. I'm absolutely sick of it. Sick of being ripped off by these big organizations. There's no global shortage. I know, that's it, isn't it? Oh, he's filling up his car with fuel, mask over mouth. Last year, mask over. I get you, Chris. Sorry, I didn't put two and two together there. Yeah, it is. It is indeed. A lot of it is. Well, I mean, you remember when they said, "Oh, we're going to knock 5p off." Nothing happened. Nothing came off, and the next day it was even higher than it was previous. It's absolute garbage. Space Invader says, if it sounds too good to be true, then steer clear. They are getting cleverer, though, the scammers. They're definitely getting cleverer, because I think they've cottoned on to this, if it's too good to be true. So now they offer, now what they do is they put out like, oh, that's actually reasonable. You know, that's a reasonable price. It's not mega cheap, but it's cheaper than maybe what I've seen elsewhere. And they're doing that now, aren't they? Rail fares, energy companies, yeah, it's all going, isn't it? It's all a bloody excuse. It's all a bloody excuse just to rip us off what's going on in the world at the minute. It's like, oh, let's jump on the bandwagon. Yeah. The petrol tax on petrol has always been a lot. Has always been a lot. But at the moment, it's the oil companies, in my opinion, that are absolutely ripping us off. Did you hide your bail from Fleek from Bell? No, I didn't. I got it up the stairs. I got it up the stairs myself. So she's seen it. It's just mental, yeah. It's gone crazy. High Night's Life. TK said, I imported a car before it was a thing online around 1998-ish, paid 8k up front. Oof. Dave, I would have been shitting myself. Arse was twittering for a while, but it worked out. Jesus. I would definitely have been shitting myself at that one. Yeah. I'm glad it worked out then. Fear of oil shortage, probably, but now that fear's gone, why don't they just put it back to normal, or at least bring it down a bit? We're all getting absolutely done, aren't we, by these organisations? I've got a massive fly in here. Piss off. Fuck off. It's gone. Rosie says, BP. Oh my God. Cookie's going to go mad in a minute when she hears this. She loves eating flies. Oh, doing my head in already. Lindsay says, almost scammed, though Shipley turns out they recommend couriers who can disappear with your item. Item did arrive, however, Shipley take no responsibility, and from the time item sent, no word from courier. You're right, Chris. Petrol is stored for years. The Army and Navy have petrol. Yeah, I mean, it's mental. This is what I was trying to say. When it all sort of kicked off, Eastern Europe and Russia and stuff, there was petrol and diesel all over the place that had been purchased and, you know, at the lower price. So why were we suddenly having to pay more for that when they'd already bought it? It's bullshit. Steve-O says, yeah, I don't have the pressure of having to make a full wage from reselling, so it's a bit of fun and a bit of addiction of mine. Part-time reseller, part-time musician. Yeah, it works perfect, doesn't it? Seems to be that way. We're a few days where a £300 item is missing still to this day. No word from courier. Madness. A lot of scammers on Vinted, not sure how they get away with it as monies are not released to the seller until goods arrive. Yeah, it's weird. I've seen a lot of scams going on Vinted. And also there's you know what, considering Vinted are supposed to be shit hot on, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. And there's we don't allow resellers on our platform, you know, professional resellers. Go on there and search football shirt, right? There are thousands of fake shirts listed on Vinted. It's an absolute joke. You can't even find real ones now. It's flooded. Like, I have a saved search on Vinted for Manchester City, yeah, just to see what comes up. And I bought a few things that have popped up that I was interested in. But now it's just full. It is full of fake shirts, like 25 quid shirts, the brand new one that's literally just come out. You can see it's fake a mile off. How are these people getting away with it? They're going to have to sort it out, because otherwise the platform's going to be flooded and no one's going to want to use it. Oh, you know what, Kathy? When I was in the cops, I was involved with. I think it was like I went to take a report of a fraud where similar to this, an old couple had been scammed big time. I'm talking tens of thousands, taken all their money, everything. It was absolutely heartbreaking. It's like an initial report, because obviously me as a local officer, it wasn't up to me to investigate that, but they need local officers to go and speak to the victims of crime and take initial reports so that the ball can be rolling on it. But absolutely heartbreaking. You know, you could cry for people. It was so horrible, and it happens so often as well. So often. There will be a big increase in suicides. I think like during lockdown as well, there was a big increase, unfortunately, as well. I think it affected people a lot, and now this with the money thing, it's horrendous. Scammers act like it's a real job. Yeah, I know. I've seen a few videos on YouTube of, you know, where people have kind of tried to wind up the scammers who are in these Indian and Far East call centers, you know, try to catch them out and stuff. And shocking, really. Space Invader, I've been scammed once on Facebook. Since then, never bought off Facebook again. It kind of gets you like that, doesn't it, when it happens? Francis is wetting herself. Still not gone. It's buzzing about. I'm trying to ignore it. Don't forget 61 now, Shabba, actually. 61 in the chat. Don't forget. Give us a thumbs up, guys. And also, like I said in the pinned comment on the chat, if you want to be notified when we're live so you don't miss it, you've got to be subbed. Otherwise, it don't work. Yeah, you don't get notified. That's the thing. And 30%, no, is it 70 or 30? There's a bloody lot of you that are not subbed. So if you don't want to miss a live, make sure you subscribe. Oh, what a line that is. If you don't want to miss a live, subscribe. Other half also fell for Facebook ad scam. Yeah, those ads, they're a bloody nightmare. Paid 70. I've done a lot of swearing today. I think that's just because of the content of today's chat. Paid £75 for a bike. All tracking seemed to show was on the way, never turned up. He's too embarrassed. Oh, you know what? You shouldn't be embarrassed about it. As a former cop, yeah, 13 years in the police, right? I've been done since then. And before I was in the cops, I've been done. I've been scammed. So we're all victim to it. I felt a bit stupid, especially when we were dealing with those boxes. I felt like a right plonker, to be honest with you. But we are only human, and we're all susceptible to it. There's some of you might think, oh, I'll never get scammed, but it can happen to any of us. I'm telling you now, it can do. So always be on your guard, and don't ever be afraid or be too embarrassed to contact your bank, to report it to Action Fraud and get your money back. And I believe you me, when you get your money back, you feel a lot better. Seriously. It'll take a lot of that embarrassment away when you've resolved it. If you need any help with that, by the way, if you need any advice what to do next, feel free to send me a message. I'll give you a hand, or I'll tell you which way to go with it. Yorkshire Mix, good afternoon to you. Oh, they're jumping more than that here, Mike. Bloody hell. Annabelle filled up 2-3 days ago at 169 at Sainsbury's. I went to Sainsbury's yesterday, 176. So it went up 6p. It's just bullshit. The problem is, a few of them go up, and they all go up, and they probably don't actually need to go up, but they think, well, there's no point in us being 10, 15p cheaper than that one. We might as well go similar, because we're all screwed, aren't we? We all need our cars, so we have to pay it. I think we should all, like, I don't know. I think we all need to, like, blockade the petrol stations and say enough's enough. We're not paying your prices anymore. I don't know. That's probably not a good idea, because there's lots of people who desperately need their cars. But you know what I mean? It gets you like that. It's like, what can we even do? We all use our cars, and so we are slaves to whatever price they decide to put on it. But at what point can we actually not fill our cars up with petrol? Where's it going to go? Getting a lot of phone calls from scammers. Problem with broadband debt advice. Yeah. Get a lot of text messages now as well. That's another thing, isn't it? Click this link. You've had a parcel delivered, but we missed it. Click this link. Don't click any links, people. A lot of email scammers as well. I must have about 5 to 10 messages a day go in my junk folder that are scams. Don't answer them. I'm the same as you, Steve. Leave a message if you want me for something. NFL shirts, totally, yeah. So many fakes. Hi, Lee. Oh, I'm way behind on the chat. Let me try and catch up. Oh, that's a good one, that, Lee. You want to hear some good news? I sold a vintage butler suit stand on eBay to a prop company. That's cracking, that. Belting Doctor Strange movie. Hi, Bumcrack, welcome. Life Redefined TV as well, welcome to you. We're having a good old whinge today about life, money, rip-offs, rip-off Britain and scams. So, wow, what a joy it is today. Hi, Tam and Bell. Yes, they do that, Mike. Yeah, it looks like it's coming from a UK number and it's not. One thing, when somebody rings me and I don't recognise the number, if I do answer it, then I don't say anything. I answer, don't say anything, and then I see what happens, because if no one says anything within about 3 seconds, I just hang up, because I know it's a bullshit call. Hi, Glamours, welcome. Good afternoon to you, even though it's morning. Good morning to you, Glamours. See who else has got some chit chat going on. Something's got to give, Sam, hasn't it? It's absolute bull crap. It's bull crap what is going on with the petrol and stuff. They're just making money from literally nothing at the moment. Tommy says that's the goal. Hi, Tommy, by the way. That's the goal, to have more unsubbed than subbed means you are growing. If 100% are subbed, you can't grow, Mr. Beast. Oh, that's interesting to know. I wasn't aware of that. That doesn't mean I want everyone to unsub. Stay subbed. But yeah, I think I'm about 70% of viewers are unsubbed. I think that's it. 70-30. Let's see what else we got. That's totally true, little Steve. Yeah. When you're looking for best prices to save or make money for your business, I guess it's a risk you run trying to get a deal. Totally true, Steve. Yeah. And even more so in this day and age, when we're all trying to save money, that's only going to work in scammers' favors. They're just going to prey on that. People trying to get a better deal somewhere. Such a shame. Shabba says, when will we see the fleet reveal? Thought it might have been today. Soon, Shabba, soon. I'm working on it. That's all I can say at the moment. I'm working on it. It might not be quite what you think it is. That's all I can say at the moment. It's hush hush. Wow, 189. Yeah, it's not 169 anymore, Mike. I mean, it was 169 at Sainsbury's here about 3 days ago, and it ain't now. It's just gone mental. 7p in one day, yeah, now. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy world we are living in right now. Space Invader's going to save a fair bit with the electric car. The only problem is, you know what? I'd do it myself, but the cost of an electric car, unless you're getting like a real cheap sort of second-hand one, and in which case the older second-hand ones, their mileage range is pretty poor. Like if you're getting a modern electric car, you pay about 5 or 6 grand more than you would for the petrol version. So it's going to take you a little while. I'm not trying to dish you on this either, Space Invader. I'm just saying that the problem with that is that you pay so much more for an electric car. I just don't see. That's another scam, isn't it? It's like, oh, everyone should change to electric, but we'll charge you an extra 5 to 10 grand more for that car in the first place. It's just a scam, isn't it? Another scam. But I hope you got a good deal on your car. I'm not trying to knock you down, because, once you get that car, it's going to be a lot cheaper for you, which is great. I remember, like in our old house before we moved here, the one in Manchester, by the way, I paid to have solar panels on the roof, and I just think now, imagine if I was still there, I'd be saving a fortune on electric. I would be saving an absolute fortune because they were great, those panels, and they were brilliant for us even when gas and electric was reasonable in cost. So imagine how much it would have saved me now. Yeah, solar panels. Yeah, on the old house. Hey. Fix It says I picked up 2 mountain bikes from auction for £23. Realised how unfit I am. My closest good boot sale is an hour away. I'm £20 down in diesel. Yeah, you know what? Life redefined. I was having this conversation with Belle this week, and I said, I was talking about, this ridiculous price of petrol at the moment. I'm gonna seriously think about now how far I travel to a boot sale, because before I was like willing to travel an hour to a boot sale, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure I'm willing to go that far for a boot sale now at the moment anyway, until we get back down to reasonable costs, because it actually is quite a lot of money. Once you've done an hour's trip, that's a fair chunk of your tank gone. I got a cold call from someone saying they were my local energy advisor. Yeah, what a load of rubbish that is. Carl says Carl's watching on Facebook. Can't comment, so come on to Facebook. Oh, well, welcome anyway, Carl. Thanks for watching. Totally, just what I said. Yeah, I'm not going as far at the minute. I'm not as willing to go down to Plymouth or Cornwall for boot sales at the moment. I'm going to try and stay local. Flip and Phil have said the Manchester Electric Vehicle Charging Network, which I don't know what that is, but I kind of guess what it is, increased the prices from 25p to 49p. Wow, so they've doubled the prices. Glamour says, not sure if it's helpful, but from a family of big old NFL Packers fans, there's usually a tag inside the neck that says NFL sponsored merchandise. It could be interesting. It could be useful for somebody. Thank you for that input. Chris, how do you say bum crack with such a... The thing is, Laura, bum crack's been with us now for several years. So it's kind of just... Bum crack is now part of the furniture. So I'm so used to saying bum crack without Bumcrack used to admin pretty much everyone's channel, but now there's so many channels, it's hard to get around, I assume. Exactly, Mike. Always a connection delay. Hi, Santa. Welcome. Exactly, as well. Voice activated, some of them. So that's why sometimes if it's a number I don't know, I don't speak. I let them go first. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of the chat so I can catch up. Glamour says in Missouri we're over $5 a gallon. I can't work that out because we have different things here, but I'm guessing that's a lot. Especially as Santa said, $4.69 a gallon, more than twice what it should be. So in Missouri, it's over $5 a gallon. Insurance on an electric 30k car must be more expensive too. Yeah, I don't want to rain on Space Invaders Parade either, because it will definitely save you money and immediately save you money with your electric car. And if I could get one now, I would get one, but they're just so damn expensive. Kathy says we can't go to Chelford this weekend because of the fuel prices. This is it, you see. This is crazy. Tommy says diesel $6 a gallon here, about the same as there. $6 a gallon. With electric cars, batteries have a finite life. What would be the cost of replacement? That isn't in the small print. The thing is, the chances, I mean, not many of us now keep a car probably long enough to go through the battery change in an electric car, because I know me, I tend to change my car. I tend to keep a car no more than 3 years. So if I buy it new, it's normally gone by the 3rd or 4th year. And I'm pretty much guessing that if you get an electric car, the battery's not going to be dead within 3 or 4 years. So it won't be your problem most of the time. But it could, I guess it could be if you buy a second-hand electric car, then it could be a problem, maybe like within a year or two, that your battery could be really dying. But is there a way, does anyone know this? Is there a way with electric cars for you to assess how good the battery is that's left? Like, you know, on your iPhone, you can go on battery life or whatever. You can go on, where is it? You can go on battery, and you can go on battery health. And this is what they do actually when you sell your phones to some places. They'll check the battery health. And it'll tell you what your maximum capacity is. Mine's currently 84%. So I think if your battery health on your phone drops below 80%, you actually get less money for your phone. So I wonder if you can do that with an electric car. I wonder if you can know straight away what kind of level you're at. Yeah, the price of electric is shocking. Rosie says, I think new developments should all have solar. Yeah. I can't understand why new houses are not having solar put on as standard now. Because in the grand scheme of the cost of building a house, putting a couple of grand, I mean, even at wholesale price, like I paid about £4,000 for our solar panels, and I owned them outright. I had like 14 panels on the roof, and they were mine to do with as I wish and earn what I want from them, from the government and whatnot. So as a consumer, it cost me like £4,000. So I'm guessing that they probably cost, I don't know, about, let's say £1,000 they cost to actually buy and install them. So in the grand scheme of things, on building a brand new house, why is every house not being fitted with solar panels as standard? It's crazy, because the cost is tiny, really, isn't it? It's small, £1,000. Like if I was at commissioning a new house to be built, it'd be a no-brainer to, would you want solar panels on your new house? It'll only be £1,000. Oh yeah, of course I do. It makes 0 sense. You know, charge an extra £3,000 for the new house if it's got panels on it. You know, maybe even a bit more. Hi, Cherry. God, this is a moany session, this, isn't it? It's Friday. We are having a proper moan today. There's 70 people in the chat, by the way. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Would you say you did better with eBay in Manchester, given there's many more car boots and charity shops? There's a considerable amount of car boots and charity shops down here, Genghis, but charity shops down here in Devon are definitely more expensive. So I tend not to buy from charity shops. Charity shops in Manchester were better. However, that was like 2 to 3 years ago now. But I would say there's just as many boot sales here to go around as there is in Manchester for sure. But I would say everything, my business is on a par, is pretty much the same. I'm doing similar amounts, you know, there's not much difference. Glamour's Closet is getting near to 1,000 subs. Okay, if you've not subbed to Glamour's, I wonder if we can get her to 1,000. How close are we, Bumcrack? You know, let us know and see if we can get Glamour's up there. Belfast today, 196 for unleaded. That is mental. That is mental. Something's going to go off at some point with these prices. Something's going to go off, because when it hits £2, which we can't be far away, when it hits £2 a litre, shit's going to hit the fan, innit? Santa's got to change his sleigh to electric. Yeah, let the other party speak first, 100%. Let me try and get to the bottom. We're on 50 minutes and we're nearly on 80 people watching now. That is crazy. Oh, anyone else got anything to moan about? We might as well just get it off our chest here today. Let's just do it. Hubby called me on a business trip in Dubai, and the Uber driver was complaining that they're paying 54p a litre. Thing is, they produce their own oil. That's the thing, isn't it? They produce their own, so they don't have to outsource. That's a big difference. Shabba said, I went to Barton Airport last weekend. Had to bite my tongue with a seller. Arrogance. What happened? Cherry said, a friend of my dad's needed a new battery and it cost more than a new car. Jesus. I wonder how much, how long electric car batteries, what the lifespan is. AMPR says, American friends, you are paying about 95p a litre for your fuel. Yeah. But to be fair, AMPR, it's always been about half the price anyway, hasn't it, in the US? Because I know when I've been over to the States, and we've been quite a lot in the last sort of 10, 12 years, the fuel prices are always roughly half the UK. So it kind of makes sense that even though it's expensive, it's still probably half what we're paying. I remember one specific time I always like to, well, the first few times we went, we hired Mustangs. We had Mustang convertibles, and they're like muscle cars, really. So they do eat the juice a bit. But I did a full tank on a Mustang, and I think it was the equivalent of about $35 at the time, and that was probably about 6-7 years ago. About $35 for a full tank from almost empty. So what's that, about 30 quid? 30 quid for a full tank. And to fill one of them here during that time probably would have been about 60-70 pounds. So yeah. Oh, Space Invader says, I get my electric car through the mobility scheme. Charging at home, they have 50% discount electric when charging. That's good. So at least you're not having to pay these stupid prices for the electric cars. So really, you're on a win-win there. So that's good. I'm pleased for you. My electric vehicle has a 7-year warranty, which I hope covers the battery. Better check the small print on that, but I'm sure it will. Your battery can't be dead in 7 years, because you couldn't sell a car based on that. Let me try and catch up. What have I missed? This is a moaning session for everybody today, Dave. Sales than expected. Hi, Peter. Thank you for the shout out. No problem, Glamours. No problem. You've been supporting this channel. I really appreciate it. If prices get much higher, we might have to cancel Christmas. I'm sure not. Santa. At least if people can't afford presents, this is who we have to fill the void. Can we have some good stories? There aren't any. Glamours is at 965. I wonder if we can get Glamours up a little bit if you want to go and sub Glamours Closet. That's so true, Space Invader. Yeah, I remember that. When we came out of lockdown, 99p a litre. It absolutely bombed, didn't it? Because like nobody was driving. ABR says, "Oh, a boot sale 120 miles away yesterday. Power steering went. Oh no. Oh no. In fact, I'm going to give Dave one of these. I'm going to give Dave a special.
Oh no.
There you go, Dave. That one's just for you. I hope you've got it sorted out. Exactly. That's a good point. I've never even thought of that, Mike. How can that happen? Let me try and get down a bit. Cherry says, "My moan, if you're ever looking at phone companies, do not go with ID Mobile." Never heard of them, Cherry. It's taken me months to cancel my account after problems with their system. Messed a credit score. Wow. Never heard of those. Right. It's Dungeons and Joypads are in. Hi, guys. Oh, jumping again. AMPR reckons electric car batteries are possibly good for 12 years. That, I mean, to me, it doesn't sound like a long time. That's the whole point. It gets rid of the second-hand car market. Santa works at the phone company, a phone company. Yes, I came into this very positive. Oh, I need your advice on something in a minute, and people. Mike's just sub to Glamours. Oh, matron one. Okay, yeah, I'll think about that. We'll all be on therapy and antidepressant. Nothing like a good moan, though, isn't there? At least we've done it. We can just go off and have a happy afternoon of reselling. There we go. I'm at the bottom. I need your advice, right? These, I've got these. I was going to list them this morning. These Nike Air things, trainers, but on closer inspection, this always seems to happen to me a lot when I'm buying trainers, is they look good out in the field when you're looking at them, and I'm checking the toes and I'm checking the sides. And then what I noticed was this on the sole. You see it here. Oh, sorry. Can't get the angle right there. See that? It's coming up, that bit of rubber that's on the bottom. It's coming up there. So the question is to you, do you still list these, or how badly is it going to affect its value? Is it even worth me now even listing those? Look, what do you reckon? I think these, if it didn't have that on it, these would be worth about 40 quid on eBay secondhand. Now with that on it, is it even worth it? What do you reckon? Let me know before we finish. ID is owned by Curry's, formerly Carphone Warehouse. I've never heard of them. At least we've helped you, Chris. Yeah. Gorilla Glue. Just glue it down. Monkey glue. People are saying glue it. I was thinking about gluing it, but then I thought, well, I don't know. Why not just describe the fault? I could do, but is it then worth listing? Glue and mention it. Carl says you can get glue for trainers on Amazon. I've used it before for reselling. Vans. Oh, okay. Gorilla Glue. Okay, and disclose a small repair. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Stick it, because it doesn't look like it's actually like a hole under there. It's just, it's come away here. There's no hole there, like going through the sole. So yeah, okay. I'll have to save them for another day now. Still worth listing, even if you recoup your money back with a little bit of profit. Yeah, I mean, they only cost me £3. So even if I listed them for like 20, they're probably worth it, aren't they? Somebody will have them for 20. Monkey glue. Glue it, but add to the description. Right, thanks, Genghis. 25 quid. Yeah, I was thinking like with the damage, 20-25. So yeah, you're probably in the right ballpark, because I think they're worth about 40 if they didn't have the damage. Does anyone recommend a product for removing yellow on plastic? Ooh. Most of the product I use for cleaning are these two, but probably it's not going to remove the yellowing. Pink stuff and elbow grease are the two that I use the most. I guess it depends what it is exactly. I also use this quite a bit. It's pink stuff paste. This has got a bit of an abrasive in it, so sometimes that can work for different things. But I don't think it's going to get rid of your yellowing, so depends what it is, I suppose. Dave said, for your info, the live I did on Wednesday evening support cancer research raised over £200 all from resellers. What a marvellous community. Oh, nice one. I didn't even know you'd done a live, Dave. Where was this? Was it? I didn't even know about this. Yeah, Laura sort of says what we're talking about. Santa says try WD-40. Somebody stepped on the back of the shoe and pulled. Probably is that. Yeah, probably. Yellow on a mattress. Yellow snow's not good either, I've heard. I use pink stuff. Also, alcohol on magic sponge is very good. Yeah, magic sponges are good, aren't they? What else was I gonna? I think that was it, actually. I was gonna show you them. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we've cleared everything we needed to do. We've cleared everything off our chest as well today, haven't we? We put the world to rights. It's going to make no difference whatsoever, but at least we feel a bit better. We're still going to get scammed. We're still going to get ripped off. But there you go. That is the world we are living in. We are just slaves to the companies. Yeah. Auto text. What does that mean? What did he type? I don't know. Oh, the kisses on the end. Oh, isn't that nice? Kisses for the community. See you, Mike. Right, we'll call it a day, guys. We've got work to do. I've got guests coming tonight. We've got a couple of friends who are coming to stay with us this evening. We'll have a few drinks tonight. Have a few pims in the garden, yeah, they're just going to stay with us tonight and have a bit of a catch up. Not seen them for a while, so that'll be nice. So I've got to get some work done this afternoon. Look out for new boot sale video tomorrow. Probably like mid-morning. It seems to be quite a good time at the minute to put out the boot sale videos. People have got all day to kind of watch it. So look out for that one coming out tomorrow. We'll be back live Monday night at 8 p.m. Me and Belle, as normal. It's going to be a normal live again on a Monday. We've had guests and stuff for the last few weeks, but we're back to normal Monday night, 8 p.m. So we'll see you there. Thanks for all your support of the channel. We had over 70 people in today at lunchtime, which is cool. Yeah, that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up if you've got something off your chest today. That's it. I can breathe easy now. Breathe easy. See you, everyone. Take care. Bye.